Wow. The peeps.
Hey now.
Do people.
We in that thing.
We is up in that thing. Y'all ready for it?
Let go, let go. Let's get it.
It's the last episode of season 2. You got Nick, CP, and Coley Cole here too. Welcome to the last episode of season 2. People, are y'all excited?
We in that thing.
I'm so excited, y'all. I've been like nerved up all day. I don't get nervous. I never get nervous. I was so nerve-skited. I was so nerve-skited. Yeah, like it was doing some things. I was just that excited. Welcome to the last episode of season 2 here on the Queens Takeover Podcast. Come on back here, CP. Come on back here, woman. We are your host, Nikki Johnson, and CP. When she gets back, there she is. And Coley Cole is in the building, peeps.
Hey,
you want to do another? You want to re-intro yourself, CP? Is that what happened?
No, I pressed the wrong button and it did the screen.
Well, Mama told me not to press the button.
What happened? Where the people at? Okay.
Oh my God. Y'all, we are so excited. We have such an amazing show for y'all today. Are y'all happy to see Miss Coley Cole in the house?
Hey.
I missed everybody.
Hey. She ready. I tried to rap. I can't do it.
Huh?
I said I tried to rap. I can't do it.
That's okay. I got you on the rap. Your mom says it's so good to see Nicole.
Yeah.
Hi, Martha.
Hey, mommy.
Alrighty, ladies, as we kick this last episode of season 2 off, like what? Did I just say that?
We've been through it, huh? Ups and downs and around and around.
Man,
get it in and do it in.
It's gonna be a good one. Let's talk, ladies. So, what would y'all? You know what? Let's do this.
What we gonna do?
Instead of us talking about the things we may have been struggling with over the last week, how about we talk about 2 or 3 things that we've seen areas of growth in, either on the show or out of ourselves or from each other in this season. How about we kick the show off with that? Y'all cool with that?
Yeah.
Sure. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, we're not gonna start off with what we're struggling with. They didn't heard that all season.
They didn't heard it all season, huh?
All season. We done talked about it. Okay, I don't know why my camera's crooked, but we're gonna keep the party going. All right, so huh?
I said mine is too. I don't know why it's crooked.
Okay. It looked like we leaning. Y'all, we didn't have nothing to drink. It wasn't that. We wasn't drinking.
I promise. No drinks over here.
Was that? Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. Who would like to go first?
Let's see. I go first.
Let go.
So we asked 3 things that we've learned.
3 things in areas that we've seen like growth either from the show, from ourselves, or from like each other. Brandon said, welcome back, Cole.
Hey, Brandon. Y'all guys use my squint, and I really can't see right now.
You're good. You're good. You're good. For me, I would say consistency of showing up for myself. Even when I didn't feel physically, mentally able to, I still came on. I still showed up. I'm proud of myself about that because I'm a stickler for trying to stick something out, and I did. I try my best to show up as me, even when I was tired. I looked at old footage and I was like, "Boo, you was tired that day."
I did that the other day too. It was like, woo,
I was tired, like about to fall asleep tired. But I still was there. I still showed up. So that's one thing. The second thing is that trusting in God's timing of relationships and the growth of them. Amongst us as a podcast and individually, you want things to happen fast sometimes, and it's like, nah, it's not gonna happen that fast. Just take its time. Let time progress. And third thing is grace. This season, I really tried to practice grace amongst all of us, and grace for myself too, because I always want to show up a certain type of way, and when I don't, I feel disappointed in myself, right? And I put that same type of energy, or I might have that same type of expectations for other people. Mm-hmm. And I had to learn to say, you got to give grace. You have to give grace. And it allowed for more openness, more peace, and more vulnerability that was so unexpected. And it allowed me to be vulnerable on this podcast, more vulnerable than I thought I should.
Did y'all notice the gritting of the teeth when she said it?
Jesus, I cried every other show. Every other show I cried. Ugly cried. Like, yeah. So yeah, that would be my 3.
I love that. Thank you. She's at church, but she still shared. Thank you. Have y'all shared? If you have not, please take a moment to do so. Thank you, Sissy. Thank you, Edward. Thank you for the love. I love what you said, CP. What about you? Hello, Keisha. What up, Queen?
With me, this from last season, I felt like I'm more open, even through the walk I had faced. I was more open this season, so I was proud of myself that way. Another thing was I was being held accountable for my stuff throughout the podcast, or it helps me throughout life to like say, hey, yeah, it's you. It's not always one sided. Nicole, is you. And then the third one would be just the podcast as a whole. Like, I appreciate how, even though I wasn't here for a couple of episodes due to situations and stuff, y'all girls held it down. I watched. I was there in the room. Y'all didn't know I was in the chat room, but I watched, and I'm proud of y'all. I really am.
Come through, stalker. Come through. She was peeking.
Come through, stalker. I cannot.
Y'all don't see me.
So, hats off to you two for holding it down, and everybody else that came on the regular. Like, yeah. I seen the interaction, everything. Even though I could not be here, I was here, and my heart was there. Amen. So that would be my 3.
I love everything y'all said. I'm gonna first start off with thanking our QT fam. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all are some faithful folks. You hear me? Y'all are faithful, and when you can't watch it live, y'all all up in the replay. All up in the DMs, like, man, that was a good episode. I love this part. I love that. I love when Nicole said this or Sierra did that. Or Nikki, you crazy. Whatever it was you said, we just appreciate the love. We appreciate y'all sharing, y'all coming to join us every Tuesday. That's been such an amazing experience for me. Working with the two of y'all, I got to tell y'all, the growth is phenomenal. From season 1 to now, the openness that you all have shown, the vulnerability and allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to cry, to say whatever, to put your business out in these podcast and social media streets so other people can receive and get help, be entertained, to learn from y'all, to learn from us. I appreciate that. Like, I really, really appreciate it. And, you know, we're not getting paid millions. We not yet. It's coming. So to get up and do this of your own free will, your willingness, and we're actually paying to be on versus being paid right now, and being faithful to that, being faithful to your word, and showing up. So I appreciate that so very much. And the last thing I'll say is the growth that I saw in myself is I feel I grew in leadership. And I also feel like I grew as a woman before the eyes of everybody that has ever watched an episode. Like, I was butt naked vulnerable. Jesus. I went back and watched some stuff and was like, why God, why talk about that? But to God be all the glory. So thank you all. Thank the two of you. And I'm very, very proud of us. So with that being said, if you all would like to share some of your favorite growths in yourself or that you saw in us or in the podcast, please drop it down in the chat. We would love to hear it. Hello, Jermaine. That's the King J. Thank you so much for joining us. Drop that down in the chat. We have some delicious stuff for y'all, and you want to stay to the end because we're going to have some fun at the end. All righty, ladies, let's go ahead and kick this off. CP, go ahead, baby.
So, which way you want to go with this? Do you want to go up? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's all over the street right now. No matter we fish tail.
No matter which way we go about it. So, we're gonna talk about the hard first and get that over with. But it's still gonna be progressive, as we are in America and in the world. So, I wanted to talk about the senseless killing of innocent Black people. It's just you see it on the TV, you see it on social media. It's exhausting. The last recent, and this is twofold too, and just because something just happened recently. I want to say her name, AJ Owens, was killed by Susan. I forgot her last name. Due to an altercation between her kids were playing in the field next to a complex, next to her home, Susan's home, and she did not, of course, like it. And she went over there and discussed with the kids racial slurs. She was very, very aggressive, very rude, and the kids ran home and told their mom. And later on, we know that she told the kids, "Go tell your mom." Well, they told their mom. One of the kids left their iPad in the field next to the Susan's home, and so they had to go to her house to get the iPad because she took the iPad. And so they get to her doorstep, locked door, metal door, and she shot JK point blank through the door, while her 9-year-old son was standing right there next to her. And she is now deceased and not with us anymore. And so, and this was in Florida. And so we all, if you don't know, Florida is a, what you call it? Say it again.
Stand your ground.
Stand your ground state, yeah. And so, but people are saying this was not stand your ground because you blatantly killed her. You had all intentions of killing her. And how the story unfolds, more stuff is told that when she talked to the police, she was saying certain terms, and the police officer was like, "Whoa, how do you know these terms? Why are you saying it like that?" And come to find out, she did her research on Stand Your Ground and felt privileged enough to do what she did. And it's just sickening and it's sad. That's one part of this conversation. And the second part we did not discuss about, but recently, I'm gonna get the names wrong, but in Chicago, a young woman goes into a, I think it's a chicken restaurant, to-go restaurant, and he's ordering her food, and this man gets very abrasive with her, and he punches her in her face. Where her child, who's in the car, who has a pistol, walks in and he shoots him in defense of her mom, in defense of his mom, and that's black on black crime there, you know. And so it's like this twofold dynamic that's happening with the Black diaspora in America. It's hurting my heart. It makes me feel very unsafe. It makes me feel very unsafe for my husband as a Black man, and it's just I just want to know y'all opinion about both situations now. Not just one innocent, but both are innocent in a sense. And one is innocent black people being killed by a majority of white people, and then the other one is black on black crime. So I want to know your guys' opinion of how you feel about this, how it affects you and your community. Yeah.
Before we start giving opinions, we're going to hit this real quick. The authentic spirit in which you queens displayed vulnerability with us put tears in my eyes and joy and enlightenment. Thank you so much for that, Edward. James says, last week's episode was really an eye-opening education. I was richly blessed by the wisdom of you queens. Thank you, King, for that. Shayna says, hello, queens. Hey, boo.
Hey.
That's why I go home and mind my business. That's the answer to your question.
Yeah.
Righty, Cole, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start, baby.
But yeah, it was crazy about the one in Chicago because I didn't know what was going on. I just happened to go on Facebook and it was trending. And I don't know if I got more upset that it was people that was recording this that didn't stop this before the 14-year-old even came in the building. Because like the recorders, you see him fussing with her even before he hit her. You see two guys standing in front of the camera, and nobody stood up for this lady.
No.
So that was one of my things. I mean, I understand that we mind our business, but also sometimes you have to stand up for the right. You knew that this guy was being aggressive to this lady. It was enough of y'all in there to stop it. My heart went out to the 14-year-old. You know, at first I was like, 14-year-old got a gun. But then I was like, you don't know if it was his mother's gun in the car. But still, it took a 14-year-old to say, I'm going to stand up for my mother when it was grown people in there and didn't stand up for this lady. So my heart was broken about that because I don't want to just say we are, but 9 times out of 10 in this situation, we're so quick to go to our phone to record to become viral or to show what's being wrong, and we don't do nothing about it. So in that sense, I was more of you need to stand up for when it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's being aggressive, even because I even have to catch myself sometimes when it comes to children. Like I know those not my kids, and you see a parent not saying nothing or not chastising a kid, or the parent is, being too you think it being too hard. You be like, hey, wait, hold up, that's just a kid. Watch your mouth. That's a kid. And I have to catch myself with that a lot of times. The one that was in Florida, yeah, that just it broke my heart for the kids that watched this unfold in front of them, and even with the racial stuff, the kids get traumatized behind that. And I think like now with that case, the young fella, I don't even know his name, but it was on Good Morning America this morning. The young fella that went to go pick his siblings up and went to the wrong house, and the guy just opened fire. And look at him, thank God that he's recovering. Physically, he recovered. Mentally, he's damaged. So yeah, in that situation, you want to stand up for your kids, but then you don't want to because you never know. But I want the judicial system to get it right, and it takes us to get out and vote and see who's truly fighting for us if you put them in office.
Right.
And we have to stay on top of that. We have to do within our own community. Watch who's moving in your community.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's racism. There's signs. But they say one slick thing and you let them get away with it, they're gonna keep on and keep on and keep on. So watch who's moving into your community. And watch your children. I still believe kids should go outside and be kids. And if it means, in my time, it was a group of people, adults, watching out for the children. And they covered the kids. And I think we should, part of that, we should go back to.
before I start giving mine, we have some comments I want to hit, and we thank you that this is your first time watching. Thank you so much for joining us, Jermaine. Shayna says the visceral aggression that man exhibited towards that woman warranted self-defense. Edward said, please consider carrying guns, or at least get yourselves cankerous or some strong protective dog. Did I read that right?
Yeah, you did. Cankerous. That's what I said.
Okay. Edward, don't come up in here with these words I got to go look up. Don't do that. I love you. This is a coward culture. And I just want to make sure I read it right because I don't have my glasses on. We live in a coward culture where too many males aren't standing up like black men protecting you queens. So I love and agree with what the both of you have said so far. I want to start with the last thing that Nicole said, because that was going to be one of the first things that I said is I miss being in a society where everybody in the hood, everybody knew. So you knew who was in your neighborhood. You knew Miss Odell was across the street, rest in heaven. You knew Mr. So-and-so was across the street. You knew who was here. And everybody looked out for everybody, whether you asked or not. You knew what time the Jacksons got home from work. So you watching the Jacksons' house, and if something don't look right, or the kids ain't doing something, or somebody creeping and sneaking, the parents talk to each other. Mm-hmm. The other thing is, I would hate to see my grandmothers, they're both, with the Lord now. I would hate to see them at a grocery store, and because they pissed somebody off, some man haul off and swing on them. That was so unheard of then. In 2023, that stuff goes viral. You understand what I'm saying? Let alone that it be a black man hitting another black woman. Now, where I come from, he would have been jumped. And I'm not condoning violence. Just hear me out. He would have been jumped by screaming at her. Bro, you too aggressive. I need you to step back, bro. Right. Now man, but you got to talk to her. You got to, come on, man, you're doing too much. Somebody would have stepped in. By the time he went like this, after he threatened her, he'd have been on the ground and somebody would have stomped him. And I am not condoning violence. What I am saying is what happened to us being our brother's keeper. Granted, sometimes you go to protect somebody and something may happen to you. I understand that's going to be somebody's argument. But what happened to it being, why can't we normalize that I am my brother's keeper? I am your mama's keeper. I am your sister's keeper. Because you keep in mind, I'm keeping yours. What happened to that? Like, I remember in school, if I got called to school for something, or I was doing some volunteer work in my son's school, I could go through the halls and see my friends' kids. If I saw a teacher talking to them, wait a minute, what they do? And my friend was cool with me intervening. Like, can we normalize that again? What happened to the village? I missed the village. Now, in watching the video of what happened in Chicago, I don't know how long they were arguing, but you could hear someone at one of the bystanders saying, okay, lady, he keep telling you, or he told you to be quiet, something like that. As if they have been arguing for a while. When he was as angry as he was, and I love the way Shayna said that visceral aggression, I wish bro would have just walked away. Walk away from her. You that pissed, just walk away. According to reports, allegedly, she was texting her son and telling her son, this man is in here doing X, Y, and Z. I want you to come in here and shut this down. Supposedly he was 19. The other reports he was 14. All we know is that there was a young teenager or young adult who went in, and I think they said by the third hit, by the time he had hit her 3 times, he shot him, and he's no longer alive. It has been reported that the charges were dropped. I don't know if they were, but it's been reported that the charges were dropped against her. If they were not dropped, you got a mother and a son that are now up on a murder case, a man that is no longer here, and a situation that didn't have to escalate to that. And it's not okay. It's not even okay that we know about it because somebody was recording it versus somebody stepping in and get something. On the first situation, respectfully, CP, I can't talk about it because I'm not going to cry about that today. All I would say is I watched the same thing you watched this morning, Nicole, and That privilege, that privilege. Let's go to the comments. Let's go to the comments. All righty. Somebody want to hit this one?
We can't vote for what we must provide and do for ourselves, especially the protection of queens and the precious children.
I got you, Nicole. I forgot about not being able to see it, baby. I'm sorry. In regards to white on black crime, white America has been has been privileged ever since slavery to openly murder our black people. Our people not wholeheartedly standing in unity is why black on black crime is at an all-time high. Lastly, anyone hits my mom at all, I'm gonna say he said, I'm going to say, basically, I guess he's going to say, all I'm going to say is, I'll pray later. In other words, he about to book.
There are no more street codes, no rules of I think she meant conduct, right?
It's conduct.
It's conduct with real consequences anymore. True.
Now you can get shot for intervening.
Yep.
Oh, that's, oh Lord, intervening. I'm sorry.
The love has waxed cold, which is why we are not concerned about our brothers and sisters. Correct. Yep, James.
I agree, James, and I think I'm not blaming social media, but we so tech savvy. I don't know what a real blood is running warm in somebody's vein at. I really don't. See, did you give your opinion on the situation?
The first situation, innocent killings, as the grandmother has said in her interview on GMA, that people are so, what did she say? There's no love anymore. They're so fearful. And the first thing is to protect themselves. And yes, granted, you're supposed to protect yourself, but at the same time, there's no decency of love or care for one another. Like you said, brotherly, sisterly love, looking out for your friends' kids, looking out for, someone looking out for you. It just doesn't exist anymore. And it's so sad because we are so iPad independent people nowadays that we feel that money can protect us, but money can't protect you when a gun is in your face for no reason at all. And it's just one of those things that as a black person, and I have a wonderful black husband, and I fear every day he goes to work. I really do, because you just never know what could happen at a school. You never know what could happen at the grocery store. It's like you live in fear. And I would have to agree, we have to do more in knowing how to protect ourselves, knowing government, understanding the laws that are being passed and how it affects us. You have to be a well-rounded person to really know how to navigate this world, but also not live in total fear. It's just a weird paradigm. It's really difficult. And then you have the flip side of the other conversation of the coin about the black on black crime. And you're like, do we value each other? Do we really, really value your brother and your sister? Like, do you? And punching a woman in her face like she a dog. I mean, he just worse than a dog.
I felt that punch.
I felt that punch all the way through the screen.
That punch.
I'm like, my God. And then no one stepped in. And yes, I've heard Chicago has their own little energy or environment that's different from the rest of the world. But still, no one wanted to say, hey man, chill out. It's not that bad. It's not that serious. Let it go, bro. Let it go, bro. Or stop. Like no one wanted to step in. It's sad. And we all can't save everybody. My friend always tell me, Sarah, you can't save everybody. I'm like, but if I can prevent them from hurting themselves or hurting somebody else, like stop. Like, can I just talk to you? Like, don't go red. Just don't go to red. Please. Or go black when you black out. You do something that you should not do. And it cost him his life at the end of the day. It's like, was it really worth it? And I wonder if he had kids, if he was married. Like,
was his mama still alive?
Was his mama still alive?
Just hurt your mama because now your mama don't have a son no more.
Exactly. Like, think about all the things before you react. And we have to protect one another. We have to look out for one another. And we really have to do better at that. And being in the community, being involved in the community is the better way to do that. And then also talking to your neighbors. Talk to your neighbors. Say hello. You see them parking their car. Like simple things that we forget to do because we're so busy about our own independence and our own hustle and bustle to get our own everything else. And it's sad. It's really, really sad. And I
Here's
and
the
what,
flip side to that, though. See,
huh?
here's the flip side to that, because we both just said we should be, knowing who's in our community. The baby that was on Good Morning America, he went to a neighborhood and picked up he was going to go pick up his brothers. He got shot. Being at the wrong place because somebody said they felt threatened. So it's more than we just have to start speaking to each other and being kind to each other. You got to start just being kind, period. Like,
Period.
Between that and, okay, all right.
I think it's more of we got to make our judicial system be held accountable, because we can't, as a Black community, because we're losing so many people, be okay with the excuse, I didn't know. I felt threatened. You didn't feel threatened. Like, it's called spade a spade. You know. Like with the lady, you said she knew the terms of what to use. She did her research on what if this happened. I could just pull my gun out. Like, I was at a gas station, and I don't never go in the gas station. I always pay at the pump. And I go in the gas station, and I see a civilian with a gun, and he is like happy that he can walk in the store with his, and I'm like, this is the world that we live in, that it's okay. Like, he was just like patting it like it wasn't there, like, play with me if you want to.
Looking for something, itching.
Yeah, I'm like, you're looking for smoke. Like, you are of another race in a predominantly Black neighborhood, but you're patting your gun because you can carry it inside. And it's like you want those guys to say anything, but wasn't nobody paying you no attention except for why are you patting your gun. So I think that we also have to push our our own, start in your own county and know the law and make them be held accountable for what they went along with.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, because those excuses, how many more excuses are they going to be able to say, I felt, I thought, or this happened, it really wasn't. You see what I'm saying? Because like the young fella on Good Morning America this morning, he said he looked and the guy pulled out a gun, and he was saying to himself, I know he's not going to shoot me. And the next thing you know, the gun goes, the guy shoots him. So I think that plays a big factor too. I mean, I know we look at politics and say, hey, they're not really working, why am I voting? But you need to start at home first, because before it gets to the Senate, you got to have somebody got to be talking.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Because all the laws is getting passed in Florida, like, should be getting passed. And I think it's because we as a people are saying, hey, ain't no need to vote, ain't no need to go to these council meetings, there's no need because our voice is not being heard. Keep showing up, keep vocalizing. Somebody's gonna recognize that, hey, I don't care if you got to go to 500 council meetings, somebody gonna know that you came, and that 501 meeting might be what will stop a law from getting passed or even being suggested.
Can y'all hear that? I'm so sorry.
You're good.
The lawmen, why they come after 7:00, I don't know. For as our government is concerned, killing Black people in their eyes is equated to taking out the. Wow.
Can you put back his what he said before that one? He said this comment.
This one right here.
We as Black people show more hospitality to our white neighbors than we are to our own people. James, you just say the right thing at the right time. I was gonna say this, something close to this, but when you have back to what I was saying, us having our own money, our own businesses, our own big houses, our own cars. And as Black people, as we have more financial gains and more wealth, you move out of the hood. Do you? Enjoy yourself, but you raise your children in an environment that they don't see themselves. So they like the understanding of, oh, I'm not white, or I'm not whatever. I am Black at the end of the day. And these things occur. And I should love that Black person too, just as much as I should love myself. But when you move to suburbia, if you will, or you go to these schools where they don't teach Black history, they don't embrace Black culture, your child is left in an environment where they don't know how to protect themselves or see the value of protecting people that look like them. And this is the part, me and my husband talk about this a lot, about how, yes, we want you to, yes, do well, yes, move to where you want to move, whatever the case may be, but at the same time, still teach your children about the community, where they're from, who they are, and why they should love themselves. If you love yourself in all sincerity of it, you should love your brother and your sister and treat them as such.
That's all. I was just about to say that, Kat. I was going to add that on to what you just said. See, we got to teach our culture at home. Whether you're rich or you don't move away, still teach the love of your people at the house.
Yeah.
And parents, don't be sitting up talking crazy about your neighbors and calling people niggas and talking about the folks at the church. And I mean, what are you teaching them when they go outside that door? You know what I mean? Can we have
because in their eyes they end up valuing other cultures and other people over their own completely. I see it. I see it, and I'm just like, oh baby, this is not because I don't like them. I don't like them. Do you like yourself and love yourself? Okay.
I don't like Black women because
I don't like Black men because I have heard the other side too. I'm just like, oh my God.
That part.
Because everything that you say that's negative, that your parents talk about, is negative. It's nothing positive. It's nothing glorifying Black culture. And it's sad. No matter if you live in suburbs or the hood, we got to talk better about ourselves. We really do. And talking better about ourselves and our culture is knowing it.
That's it. We're going to talk about self-love. Let's love. Self-love. All righty. We're going to move on to the next topic because we got so many great ones today. Before we do, let me hit this disclaimer. Bada bing, bada boom, you see it. Yada, yada, blase. Here we go. Our next topic. What about your friends?
What about your friends?
What about your friends? A mom's friend accidentally leaves a 2-year-old on the wrong doorstep. I don't know if y'all have heard about this. It's very blurry because it was caught on like a Ring cam, but also the baby's face is being blurred. Excuse me. So let's just say Nicole, I don't know if she got tired of the baby or what happens. She decided to take the baby back to C's house. The wrong house. She drops the baby in my house instead. I don't know who this child is. The child don't know who I am. The baby confuses all get up. And praise the Lord that the family, because it's happened in Houston recently. Praise the Lord that the family that the baby got dropped off to were not pedophiles and we're not creeps and we're not people that harm the child. But if you have seen this video, old girl is running to the door. She is dragging the baby by the arm. She is beating on the door and then takes off running before anyone opens the door. I don't know if that screams your child so bad, take your baby back, or you trying to help him get to the club, here go your baby. I don't know. How is it your friend and she don't know where you really live? I don't know. I don't know those details. But when the story was originally reported on, I think it was Inside Edition, my mouth dropped open. So ladies, what about your friends? What are your thoughts about the whole situation? I mean, would I still be your friend if I'm dropping your baby off at people's house? I burnt off before someone even answered the door. Like, what are y'all thoughts? What are your thoughts?
I wouldn't care if you did bring my baby back to the right house. If you drop my baby off with somebody you don't know who at my house, we got a problem.
Man.
First of all, before I even take my child over there, you gonna know if my child bad or not. So, but
the way she was running with the baby, I think it's like her first time babysitting.
Right.
Running.
if somebody would produce that ring cam to me, and first of all, how you holding my child? Why do you have my child like you taking the trash out? Second of all, you couldn't be my friend because you wasn't concerned about one. Did I know you was taking my child home? Because you never nowhere from your front. I don't care if you even if you just live down the street. There's no way possible you did not call me and say, "Hey, I can't take your kid no more. I'm taking him home. Where are you at?" Because if it was that dire need, I would have brought the child to where you was at.
Where you were at, right.
And it was before day in the morning.
And second of all, what kind of person just drops a child off?
She burned out.
Even though if it's at the right house, and you had no concern about if you're dropping that at the right house, and two, if it was the right, you don't know the person. Yeah, it would have been probably some slow walking, and because I've been going to jail, and she be going to, hey,
some furniture moving up in there.
Honey, like there's no excuse you could have given me to make me be okay. To make me, especially when the police would have notified me that somebody else has my child.
That's it.
I tell the police, come on and follow me to this person's house. Don't do nothing yet because I'm about to act on it.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to need you to stay around because you're going to need to arrest me by the time I'm done. That was crazy. Sierra, what are your thoughts?
Go ahead, Nicole.
I just want to know because this is the first time I hear about did she get any charges? Like, I mean, child endangerment?
So last they were looking for her because I think they were able to read her license plate. They got a pretty good description because when we watch it, it's blurry. It's a little bit clearer when you're watching, I guess, here versus through here. Mm-hmm. They got a good description of it too. And then they put out her information. They put out her car's information, what she looked like, her tattoos, how long her hair was. So I don't know because this just recently happened.
Yeah, you better catch her before I catch her. That will be. I'll be telling the police.
Carla says,
"I should know. The mother should know who she is. Who did you drop your child off with? See, there's a whole bunch of charges that need to be filed.
A lot.
Oh no.
Who did you leave your child with?
A lot. It's a lot. Giving a lot. Carla says, I try to operate in love, but come on, I'm boxing that night. There's no excuse. If there is, give me clarity, please. Yeah, most definitely.
There's no clarity here, darling.
There's none. There's none. You're caught on the video throwing the kid through the door and not. It's giving all bad. Yeah, she wouldn't be my friend no more, and I'll be really selective on who I let take care of my kids because that's not a friend. I'm so sorry. No, man.
Maybe she went to the internet and got a babysitter. Maybe that's what the case was. Please let me know because I
don't know.
Because some of these people around here, they hire nannies and babies.
True.
But I don't think this. And it's just me personally speaking. I don't think with the way the world is that I can just go online and say, "Hey, they selected you to keep my kid." No.
I don't want that service for my dog. Every time I see that commercial, I'm like, I don't know these people to be calling them to come walk my dog. No, I'm picky when I drop her off at the like at the vet. Like, hold on, who gonna be taking care? Okay, cause she like you. No, Okay, y'all, listen. I don't know who old girl was. I don't know if she was an agency, a homegirl, a cousin. But she don't care nothing about you. But she don't care nothing about your child.
No.
Okay?
No. Uh-oh. What happened? Nicole?
Okay. So yeah, she don't care nothing about you. She bump you. She don't care nothing about your baby. That was dangerous. That was
very dangerous.
And super selfish. And I don't know the reason why she did it. I don't know a reason you could give me for her. First of all, she went there with the intent of dropping this child off, and she didn't want to wait. She was beating on these people's door and ringing the doorbell vigorously.
Yeah.
And took off running.
Yeah.
Hopped in her car and was gone. Left the baby with the baby.
Out of there.
So you went with the intention of I'm done with this child for whatever the reason. I don't know if the baby was, I don't know, but she left that baby, and even if she thought it was the right home, it was reckless behavior because you didn't hear the people coming to the door necessarily.
No.
You took off very, very quickly. And I mean, you were on, you didn't wait to see somebody came out the door. She burnt off. It was a whole burn off. It was giving your child and got on my good nerves. I'm out. I just, it was wrong. There's no clarity, Carla. I mean, there's no clarity for that.
That's not.
You hear me? Hey, King, how you doing? Nicole is in the Matrix. Okay, she's trying to come back in right now. We'll get her back in just a moment. So, what are the wrap up thoughts on this before we move forward? Because I mean,
just be careful who's taking care of your kids and have a what you call it, a protocol for things, because people should adhere to them when they take care of your kids. Amen. And don't throw my kid at the front door if you transfer him to somebody's house. Make sure there's a transfer. Okay, amen. And directions. Amen. Give it. Praise God.
I mean,
horrible situation.
It was.
She was young too, so you know she ain't had no. I'm gonna bless it. I'm gonna shut up, Nicole.
I was babysitting kids when I was young.
I was too,
like legally young, and I wouldn't have done nothing like that.
No, I wouldn't have either.
I mean,
you value yourself, nor do you value people.
Colin, what?
Like I babysitting kids also when I was young, but my mom was selective on who kids I could watch, who I couldn't watch, because we knew how the kids were, and my mom knew how I was. Like I would like jack up a kid, but also in that sense, even when I got tired of watching the kid, when I took them home, I made sure I knew who I left them with, first of all, I knew who else to take them to. That part. But it wasn't like, oh, your grandma in there? Okay, and I just walk off. I would have to literally see your grandma and know your grandmother. So as a teenager, if I know that adult knew, I don't know. I want to know what the kid, how bad is the kid? But to be two, I know we go through terrible twos, but did the little kid threaten to set your house on fire? Like, what made you take the kid home this early in the morning? Like,
it was giving my man just surprised me with a booty call.
Right.
And don't like kids. So I need to take you back and drop you off. It was giving that. It was giving, I don't know. It was giving crazy.
The mother,
like my man don't like kids.
I
need you to go.
Yeah. Take him.
The police shouldn't have to put no APB out on this person. You should be able to get name, direction, household. Like, you should know everything about the person that you left your kid with.
It's sad. Getting sad.
With that being said, the fact that is true that you do have to put out AP. Well, the APB, I don't think it's necessarily to go find who it is. It's to go find where they are.
Yeah.
But you have to do that because you don't know. Nicole, that is a real problem. You show right on that one.
Mm-hmm.
All righty, y'all. That will set my blood pressure up. Y'all ready going on to the next one?
Give it to us.
All right, because, okay. Don't y'all leave y'all babies with anybody. I'm telling y'all. Okay, so LaVon Briggs, who is she described herself as a Black woman spiritual leader who is no longer at war with her body. Her mission in her new book, Sensual Faith, which we are about to get all up into, is to help other women stop being at war with their bodies too. So there is this new book out by LaVon Briggs called Sensual Faith. Y'all know the title caught me immediately. So I was reading the article where she's talking about what's in the book and people's thoughts about it. But that topic has really sparked a lot of conversation when it comes to sexuality and faith. But even more so when it comes to Black women and our bodies and faith, and then women and their bodies and faith. Oh my God, has it sparked up so much conversation, even within my friend groups, because I've asked them since that day, since we were going to talk about it, what has been your experience as a Black woman growing up in church when it comes to your body? My God, I swear we've all had some of the same experiences, but I want to hit a couple of things that that someone told me. I'm not going to say their name. So for them, when it came to their body in church, with all of the rules and the what you can't do and where your skirt got to fall and what can't be here and there, don't start developing breasts and hips, that for them it felt like them trying to find themselves, and their confidence was being told that they were being provocative. Now, I want y'all to let that sit for a second. You are growing up and you're trying to find your confidence as your body is developing so awkwardly, because you go from flatness to, okay. And you're trying to love this new you and be confident in it and not compare yourself to everybody else. And then you have people telling you pretty much that you act like a hoe, you're giving whole spirit, you're being provocative. You shouldn't do that because you're going to make that man look at you, and you being fast. In my community, it was called being fast. Someone else said that it was a personal identity crisis for them growing up in church, in the church culture. I wrote down, for me, it always felt like, am I violating God's laws and principles, or your insecurities and your judgments? Because it was always the Lord and what the Bible's saying and what you shouldn't do. Was that really God, or was that you and your own personal insecurities? And there are a whole bunch of other things that was said that I wrote down, but we'll come back to that in a moment. I want to hear from you, Queens, in the chat. What has been your experience when it comes to your body, your sexuality, learning your confidence, or losing it when it came to church? What are your experiences? We got some coming up, but my screen is frozen. So while I'm waiting on these comments, ladies, I want to hear from y'all. What have been your experiences, or can you relate to anything that I just read?
So when I looked and reviewed her and the book, when Nikki brought
I'm sorry, baby.
Go
Can y'all tell us if we're live? And I can't see it because it won't let me pull up the comments. So I need you to tell me if someone says yes, we're live, because it keeps telling me that the page is not responding. And to exit.
Hold on, it's showing.
You know, he real mad right now because it's our last episode and the conversation is so amazing. Okay.
It's on.
Yeah, now it's saying that it's off. It's completely off now, but it's showing still live. Let me try something though.
Nope.
Huh?
It's still live.
Huh?
We're still live. I'm looking at the Facebook page.
Okay. Can you put in the comments that we're trying to come back up? Just give us a moment. It's showing that we're still live, and they're saying that they can see and hear us, but we were completely knocked out on this end. So I'm going to ask you guys again. I know you just responded. Respond for me one more time, because now I can see everything. We're back up. But can y'all see us and can you hear us? Can you please re-respond? I just saw you said we're coming back on. Can somebody tell us if we are live, please? Yes. Look out for those comments. See.
Yes, okay. Yes, I can.
Fabulous.
Thank you, guys.
And I can't stand the enemy. All right. All righty. So we thank y'all so much. Thank you. Our people like, look, y'all lie. Let's keep it popping.
Let's keep it going. Keep it going.
So when we were talking,
we heard the whole thing. Will said.
Carla said the fact that you need to tell caregivers not to leave your children at the doorstep is just sad. Lesson screen people accordingly. Hello, Elaine. Good evening, beautiful queens. Congrats on your final episode. Thank you. Welcome to the QT family at Jerome. Yes. Okay. Yes. And yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we heard the whole thing. Fabulous. Y'all heard me talking about the enemy. Okay. So they heard everything. Thank y'all so much. Love y'all. Okay. So queens, want to hear from you guys. What has been your experience growing up in church when it came to your body, sexuality, church culture? That is that we're buffering a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Papa Bear, go out and come back in. That just may be on your end. But
Yeah.
if we are, y'all let us know. Okay, Queens, what has been your experience, Nicole and Sierra?
So my experience as a Christian woman and being thick in every way and curves and all that good stuff.
More curvy, thick, deliciously thick.
I was told by my family that I was beautiful, and that was now that I'm older, I find that was the best gift my family could have ever given me. Being plus size majority of my life, being very curvaceous. The things that used to irritate me when I was a kid, now I appreciate my aunt grabbing my thighs or slapping my butt. It made me appreciate my body. 1, 2, I love the part of the book that she talks about, or she expresses sensuality versus sensuality versus sexuality. And sensuality is your senses, like all of your senses, like not just sexual senses, but all of your senses, and how important that to tap into those sensations, touch, feel, what you're hearing, what you're eating, what you're smelling, what you're mentally taking in, the mindfulness of it all. That part of what she talked about was so profound to me, because I think for me, I have leaned on that so much in my life, but didn't realize it. Because I knew sex was always going to happen. That was going to be there. But I need to be able to feel. Like, I need to be able to look, see, taste, and see.
Yep.
Like, is this what I really feel that it is?
Right.
Before I even go to being sexual and expressing my sexuality. Yeah. In church, though, sex was off the table. It was not a conversation to be had. You were not to explore anything that was close to sex. Masturbation was off the. You do not do none of that. That is not no. And so, so it was a hard place to be. Living in that paradox of I'm a curvaceous, Black, beautiful woman, and I have men my age and older that are lurking.
Right.
It's like, so am I a temptation, Lord? Should I cover up? And I've covered up my entire life. That is me. You would never see me with my booty out flopping just out there. You will never see that, because I've always been a woman to yes, I have curves. You will see them, but I'm not gonna have my butt just hanging out, just straight butt with thong. You're not gonna see that. That's just not.
Yeah.
But also with the Christian walk, you ain't gonna dress like that either. So, playing with that as well. So it was difficult for me. It was. But the sensuality part, which she put a term to it, I think for me, that's what I embraced more of than just the act of sex. Because for me, I'm like, God, you created this. And I love in the book that she also explains that you are holy. God created all of you in holiness. From the top of your head to the sole of your feet, to your butt, to your hips, to your thighs, to your breasts.
Right.
Everything is holy. It's our own sinful nature that makes it sinful. And so I love that she talked about that and talks about that in the book and explained that in many interviews that I did watch. So it was difficult. It was difficult being who I am. To still try to stay as pure and holy as I could because of how people saw my body. So
right.
Yeah, that's what I gotta say.
She says so many amazing things in the interviews and stuff. The thing is church culture. Church culture.
Yeah.
Will have you so confused. Like, thinking that your whole body's a sin. Yeah. So if my nipples get hard when I'm out, I'm in the freezer section, that's a sin.
Yep.
And if someone looks, I cause them to sin.
Yep.
I can't control what? I can't control that. If you have a feeling, that's a sin. You're supposed to crucify that. First of all, where does feeling come from? And I didn't cause it.
Right.
So you grow up with all of these, oh my God, these crazy thoughts and feelings about yourself and sexuality, because our bodies are developing. Like young men, you can't help that you wake up with an erection. But there are some religions that will teach that it's just wrong. If he ever gonna be a father, that stuff has to happen. But you're teaching him that he woke up wrong.
Right.
And we can screw. And so when it comes to sexuality in our bodies, I think sometimes we can screw people up.
Yeah.
We can make things perverted. They will never pervert it. I'm going to confess, because I told y'all I've owned my own daycare before. I've been a preschool teacher. I've worked in many a daycare. When we would see a child touching on themselves, you were to immediately shut that down. You would do it so quick the child will be, because they don't know what they did. All they were doing was touching or humping a teddy bear because it felt good. There's a gentle way to talk to them about it, but we freak out about it, right? So and that's how we do. We're constantly freaking out. She's developing hips. Now you got to start telling her about this and that, and you're going to get pregnant. You're going to, can you talk about how beautiful her hips are, how about her body is, make her comfortable with that, then teach her. It's like we try to clean fish before we catch them. You're trying to teach people about stuff that hadn't happened. Now you can put it in their mind, but you confuse them with it. When my breast started developing, I tried so hard to wear turtlenecks and big things that would make them look so big, because I was always being talked to by somebody's mother of the church. Like, I mean, the shirt can't get no bigger. You're going to still see them. But I'm wrong.
Right.
I'm wrong. And if he looks, I'm wrong. And if I don't wear my skirt this way and someone looks, I'm wrong. So when it comes to sexuality in church and Black women, because I've never been white, so I can't speak on that, but Black, oh my God. If the man got a problem, it is your fault. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that for now. Go ahead, Coley.
Well, like with me, everybody know, like I say that in my teenage years, I basically raised myself. But all I knew then was because I said so. Like in my grandmother's house, like he was supposed to wear skirts stuff all the time. And so, and I'm top heavy. So it was like I had like this long, like I completely covered myself up. Like, and then it was like, I kept trying to cover my body up. So I didn't want to wear nothing to make nobody think that I was trying to entice somebody. So when I hung with the boys, I dressed like the boys just so I could fit in. So I was like really, really confused until I got older and understood my body. What I got now, what drives my family crazy is I have long legs, and I think my legs are the stuff. So like, I will wear like these dresses, and my family, Nicole, that's too short. That's too short. And it had got to the point where, like, I would like question myself. Like, I knew certain people in my family would have a problem with how I dress around their significant others, and I wasn't even looking at people this type of way. So now I try to be, because growing up, I would always try to consider everybody else, which made me uncomfortable. Right. Now that I'm grown and I embrace the sexual side, I've embraced my body just for comfort. You know, just I do it for me. If it's, I can't help if the fullness on the top entices somebody. I'm dressed appropriately. I can only control how I dress. I can't control what he thinks and how he feels and how he I can't do that. So growing up, it was a battle for me, because my grandfather, you know, he was the pastor of the church, and you know, people were like, look how she dressed, look how they let her come out the house, and I could be having a turtleneck on and it's 87 degrees, but because it was tight in a certain area, I would just always dress to be comfortable, to make other people comfort, because nobody never sat down and said it's not you, but you still got to dress accordingly. So I had to figure mine out growing up. I mean, I never really had women to come to me and say, this is address the situation. They would do, you need to take that off. Or but my granddaddy said it's okay. My grandma, the people that's raising me, is telling me it's okay. So yeah. And then I would watch my grandma. Like, it was crazy, because here I am, like 16 years old, and I'm dressing like I'm 42. I got a black.
Oh my God, I was gonna say that, Nicole.
I had like the little ruffle, little turtleneck, and the blazer, and the scared to come to my calf muscles. And then like I look back at the pictures like, girl. What was
Was
you
you a what's she called? Was you a mother of the church before you was a child of the church? Amen. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Like, yeah, I was like lost because part of me still wanted to be the little girl, but then the part, was like, don't entice nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to figure out the balance. And I really didn't figure that out until I embraced my sexuality as far as the sexual feelings. That's when I was able to, and sometimes I still, even as an adult, as old, I still have to find the balance.
Mm-hmm.
When I go outside, like, the way that you dress, what are you saying to that person? How can they approach? How are they gonna approach you? You can't get mad if you out here and you showing all, thigh. You got the little thigh dress on, and you can't be mad at the guy if he approach you in a sexual way. You can't be mad because this is how you portraying it.
Right.
Doesn't mean that it's correct how he approached me, but if you're portraying sex, he's gonna look at you that way. He's not gonna look at your mind. So even as an adult, I still fight that.
And going off the last thing you just said, you can be in a turtleneck, hair wrapped, and you still get hit on.
Yeah.
So it's like, where do you draw the line in saying, don't wear this, don't wear that? It's if, are you comfortable? Are you covered? Do you feel comfortable in what you're wearing? And like my husband said in the comments, temptation is a personal problem. Yeah. And men need to teach other boys how to conduct themselves, period. Yes, women should be teaching other women or girls how to conduct themselves, how to carry themselves, how to see themselves as precious and beautiful, no matter if they're thick, no matter if they're thin, no matter if they got breasts out of here, if they got butt out of there. You are beautiful the way you are. And we need to have more of those conversations of, and like, you have this beautiful body and you need to do X, Y, and Z. Don't make them a butt like you are a big temptation, or you are just because you are who you are. I love that my mom taught me that. She's like, you gonna have a lot of options. Game, but be careful. You don't want to have kids before your time. You don't want to have these other situations before your time. God, sex is for this union. Sex is for this reason. You're supposed to have sex this time, not now. She taught me all those things, and I appreciate my mom for teaching me that way. Yes, I was naive about a lot of things when I went to college, but it also protected my innocence. And I think that's one thing that we forget to protect is children's innocence before making them grow up and think about dressing like their elder versus a child. So,
man, for real, because I love the mothers of the church, but 60, 70-year-olds teaching a 14-year-old how to dress. Alrighty, so she asked this question. Thank you, Carla. Was there ever an explanation on why not to do sexual things as a kid? I didn't grow up in the church, but when I did visit, I only heard not to, but not why. It's almost as if it was used as a scare tactic. And unfortunately, in a lot of situations, it was. There was not a lot of whys given. The reasonings given to me that I heard a lot were, you don't want to get pregnant.
Yeah.
You don't want to be nasty. You don't want to be fast. That was pretty much it. So I began to associate those things with being nasty and being fast. Now, having been sexually abused, so I was nasty.
You was already
right? That's what that meant,
right.
According to what you're saying. That's and that was also my fault too.
Right.
How? I have no idea, but that was my fault too. Okay. And that's why I asked the question earlier, is it me violating God's laws, policies, standards, statutes, or are these your insecurities? Because I don't read where my skirt got to be down to the ground for me to be holy. I don't read that. I don't. But somebody one day was like, that skirt down to the ground means you holy. And everybody ran with that thing. So if it's above your ankle, you're not holy. If you ain't got a kitten heel on but a 4-inch, you a hoe. It's giving whole spirit. And go back to the episode we did. We were talking about the comments that Juanita Bynum made.
Right.
So it are these your ideologies, your insecurities, your laws, your governing thoughts that you're now putting on me. And if I don't follow suit, I'm a harlot, I'm a hoe, I'm whatever. Those are the things that bother me about it. But to answer your question, Carla, for me, no. The only answer given were the ones that I just said, and that's crazy. It's heck to put that on a child. Anybody? Do you want to hit this one from James?
Church culture seems like religious dictatorship. When it comes to our women in church, I know some churches that teach against women wearing open-toed shoes.
Yep.
To me, that's extreme.
Yep.
I would agree. To answer Carla's question and what James just said, for me, I was taught that it was something precious. It was a precious flower, and any playing with that flower could damage it. And the sanctity of that flower is meant for marriage, for your husband to cherish it. Now, was that same thing preached to the men? I don't know. So I was, I saw that something.
Someone listening.
No, a man still has responsibility in how he approaches woman. Yes, but yeah. So for me, that's where that's why I held it to a high standard for myself, because I saw it as something precious, not something just to stay away from so I don't get pregnant. Yes, that was preached too at church, but or STDs, that scare tactic of STDs and all that stuff too. So I was scared, but I also saw that it was precious and something that I should hold on to as long as I can for that special one, that special person. So for me, I had I guess both paradigms that I had to work through for myself.
Yeah, for
mine
was a scare tactic. Because like there was, I think mine because I was such a tomboy. I grew up with nothing but boys, so mine was you go out here, you gonna mess with these boys, you gonna get pregnant. It wasn't like you only take that one time. So that right there stayed with me for a long time. And then my mom, I had to take care of my 3 siblings. So that was, you don't want to have sex, you're gonna be like this. You're gonna add one more. And I was like,
you take care of.
I'm good. And then because my mom would tell you, she used to say, I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? She said, I don't know if you're really just hanging with the guys or you're actually you're interested in those guys.
Right.
So yeah. Because even with me, I got birth control at an early age because my mom, and I don't want to bash her, but but I don't think she really took the time to figure out, like, yeah, she just like hanging with the boys.
Yeah.
It wasn't she wanting the boys or the boys was feeling her. It wasn't that. I wasn't the fast girl. I was just like hanging with the boys because I grew up. So mine was like, and then also to address what James said, I grew up in a Koji demographic of the church. So they practice everything from head to toe. Like they have the little things on the head. They believe everything was supposed to be covered. Like I would watch them do communion, and I watched how the tablecloth was sacred, and I was like,
yep,
wait, hold up. I mean, like the preacher would be up there and he like, search yourself, make sure you know. And I'm like, should I take communion or should I?
I remember thinking that one day, like, I don't think
I was like, maybe I should take communion because I'm like here just living.
Yeah.
It would be crazy because they wouldn't even allow the kids to do communion. No. So then when I got older, where I can make, he's like, search your heart. And I'd be like, Nicole, and they even made me feel bad to not do communion because it was like, they were like, Nicole, you taking communion? I'm like, nope. They were like, why? I said, because I know what I'm gonna do when I leave out of church. And even if it was just tell a lie, I mean, I knew I was not gonna. That was even a scare tactic, not just about your body, but when you take communion, like back in the day, I used to be so terrified to do communion because I thought I was gonna die because you gotta consecrate your body, and this right here is Jesus' blood. And I'm like, yeah, God, I'm not ready yet. So, yeah,
Yeah.
That was honest.
Yeah, but Koji, as I grew up, when I got older, and I'm not knocking nobody in Koji, but I used to think Koji was a cult because, like, I used to watch them do, like, people just, my family members just,
Oh, Jesus.
everything was like, my aunt and them used to, I'm telling you, my clothes, they used to rock my shorts, like, they didn't believe in you had to wear skirts. Like my grandmother's sisters and my grandmother, they all wear skirts. They don't wear no pants at all to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try to put some pants on this 84-year-old lady. My grandma still wear, like, we buy her like little jean dresses, try to keep it has to come past her knee or she's very, very uncomfortable. That's the way they grew up. So I was in the household like that. Like, so when I got older, my dresses kept going shorter and shorter to the point. Even one time I was in school, my grandmother sent me to school and I had to wear a skirt to school. And everybody used to say, why you wear skirts? So one of my friends hit me to putting shorts on under my skirt. And I got in the classroom and forgot, for some reason, my grandmother was coming to pick me up. So they called me to the office. They didn't say I was getting checked out. They said, can you send Nicole to the office? I go to the office. I'm standing up there with shorts on. My grandmother had a whole fit because I was supposed to be in this household. You're supposed to wear skirts, but then like before she had a stroke and way before when she was raising the rest of her grandchildren and nieces and nephews, it kind of changed. You gotta have your own relationship with God. So that kind of got us out that Koji situation. But I have an uncle, honey. He practiced that Koji stuff deep down in his soul to this day.
Sure.
Everything about your salvation, from the socks you wear, your knee high, what kind of stockings, the fishnet stockings. Oh, he had a fit about them. Yeah, so
yeah,
Koji is, yeah. And I ain't knocking nobody in Koji. It's just my experience in Koji, and I apologize.
Don't nobody come for her. Don't nobody come for her. I'm gonna hit the comments before we move on. Yeah. Don't nobody come for Nicole. Each woman is built the way God designed them. If anyone is being tempted by her guts, their issues, not hers. I think it may have messed up the word, but that part too.
Yeah.
James says some of these so-called church, folks are freaks under the table. As a result, try to openly rebuke. What just happened? Try to openly rebuke our women in order to cover up one fact, that freaky spirit is in the church before the women ever show up. But okay, is it freaky or you just like sex and you need to? I mean, don't be trying to, because you ain't taming yours, get on somebody else. Oh my God, this conversation go on all day.
This gonna be one of them fire ones. At least 3.
Each woman is built. Wait, we already did that one. I love this conversation. No. I had this. I love this. Okay. Conversation with my children about their beauty and handsomeness, teaching my daughter her thighs are big and beautiful and how to embrace it, not to be fearful. And again, happy birthday, Miss Ashley. Anyone with sexual issues. Come on, computer. Anyone with sexual issues will have a problem no matter how you dress. That part. Because then I know men in church that have told me they like imagining what's going on underneath my dress.
Exactly.
I can't create for losing. You just gonna be. That's what I'm saying. You're a freak. You just a freak. It ain't my fault.
Exactly.
It ain't my fault. I was told if you have sex before marriage, your thing will fall off and death will follow. And I am not about to die. Me too. When we left the Kojic at 12, I was so happy. I thought we escaped. Not that y'all was fleeing. Y'all fled. Okay, you're welcome, baby. All righty, y'all. We finna light it up. Y'all already have some fun. Do the people want the fun? We about to play a rousing game of One Thing Got to Go. Listen, we're going to be in love with each other when this game is over. Don't ain't nobody fighting and coming for nobody, but we about to get up in this. One of these got to go. Here we go. Burgers, wings, pizza, or tacos.
Oh man.
All right, one of them has to go. One of them got to be out of there. I want to see y'all votes down in the chat. So what got to go? The tacos go. Won't be no Taco Tuesday. Won't be no Wing Wednesday. Won't be no Saturday pizza. And you can't put them burgers on the grill. One has to go. Y'all put your vote down in the chat. Queens, which one is it? Burgers, wings, pizza, or tacos?
Mine is
comments. What's y'all answer?
Mine is wings.
My answer.
I don't eat meat on the bones, so mine is wings.
Hey, mine is wings too, because I already gave them up. Hey.
They ready for this game. Yeah.
What about you?
So yours was wings, Nicole?
Yep. Yeah, mine's wings. It's gotta go.
What about yours, Sierra?
Mine's wings too. I already gave them up. I used to be addicted to wings. God has delivered me from the wing. Amen. Hallelujah.
She's been delivered. Okay. We got buy pizza. Pizza got to go. Daddy say pizza is out of there.
I'm all right.
He should say this is hard. Like I ain't doing this. This is hard.
A whole meal. What y'all talking about?
Burgers. Burgers got to go. Pizza. Burgers.
Whole meal.
I hate this game. You feel attacked?
I feel attacked.
I
hate this game.
My answer is drum roll. Pizza is out of there.
I knew it.
Pizza's
you like a wing. You tap a wing.
Pizza got to roll. Let me tell you, because I can make wings so many different ways. Okay, y'all ready for the next one?
Let's do it.
Look here. One of these got to go. Soul food, seafood, barbecue, or dessert. One of these has to go bye-bye. Okay, you got seafood, soul food, barbecue, or dessert. Y'all put your votes down in the Chizat. Queens. What y'all give
that soul food though? Because some stuff,
everything that you consider soul food, what your auntie be cooking, got to go.
Got to go.
So,
all of it.
What's it gonna be? You can't just say one thing after soul food like chitlins. It got to be all the soul food got to go. What you want? Soul food, seafood. Let me put it back up there again. What y'all voting?
I said barbecue.
Nicole,
if you talking about barbecue on the grill, yeah, barbecue on the grill can go.
We talking about barbecue. Got to go bye-bye.
Yeah.
Are you talking about pulled barbecue? Let me up here.
Nicole, barbecue. I don't care how you eat it. Barbecue. Got to go. Which one is it? I don't know. We don't.
Oh, she went in the Matrix again. She coming back. I said barbecue.
We got a lot of comments. Let's see what
I see it's coming. CP.
What the family is voting. Okay, here it is. Okay. We got barbecue. That was Sierra. You the strange ones talking about wings. That cheese on pizza. Now my friend, seafood. Goodbye dessert. Dessert, bye. Barbecue. Seafood is hard to say goodbye to. And CP, that's what Ashley said to you.
You all right?
My answer is barbecue. Barbecue got to go. I'm not giving up seafood for nobody. I am not going to give up soul food and dessert. We homies. We homies, and I make some amazing dessert. But that barbecue can go bye-bye. We got a soul food can roll. I've had it all over 40 years worth, unless it's made different. That's when I was growing up. Okay. Different than when she was growing up. Nicole, what was your vote? Seafood, soul food, barbecue, dessert.
So I just got to ask the questions. The barbecue, are we talking about like pulled
barbecue? All barbecue, Nicole.
Barbecue on the grill.
Okay, well, seafood can go because seafood will take me out. Like I'm allergic, severely allergic to seafood, so I guess.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, that was easy then. Okay.
Sorry, Ashley. Texas barbecue steak too, and I have.
Y'all ready for the next one?
Let's go.
This one here might take somebody out.
Don't hurt us.
Hold your mule and your pearls. Here we go.
Hurt us, Nikki.
One of these got to go. Soda, Kool-Aid, tea, or coffee. Soda, Kool-Aid, tea, or coffee. One of them got to go bye-bye. Put your votes down in the chat. Excuse me. All right. Soda, Kool-Aid, tea, or coffee. What got to go bye-bye? Let's see what the friend saying. Y'all give me your answer. Hold on.
Kool-Aid.
Your husband say peace to the Kool-Aid. Yeah, Daddy says soda. Ashley said coffee is nasty. Sierra said Kool-Aid. Carla said Kool-Aid. Brady said y'all better not say barbecue. If y'all said burgers.
Burgers on the last one.
Carla said she loves some brisket. Yuck on the seafood, said James. All right, y'all. Okay, and soda unless it's splashed in my beverages. Okay, Queens.
Soda is mine. You can get rid of it.
Yeah.
I agree. Soda can go bye-bye.
Yeah.
I drink soda so sparingly,
Mm-hmm.
but soda can be out of there. But my coffee got to stay.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid
And I'll be all right. But rest
Kool-Aid and soda can go for me. As long as I have my sparkling water, I'm good.
Yeah, coffee is my thing though. That's my go-to. Cold, hot, coffee is my go-to. It's my happy place. Coffee.
I love it. Not that fell in my hair. Y'all didn't see that.
Mm-mm.
All right. Here's the next one. Are you ready? Look here. One of these got to go.
Ooh.
TV, junk food, Wi-Fi, your phone, or makeup.
That is so hard.
I know.
My gosh. Why would you do that?
Y'all put your answer in the chat right now. Wi-Fi, junk food, TV, phone, or makeup.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I mean, okay. I guess I can let go of TV because you can watch anything on your phone with Wi-Fi. So I guess TV can go bye-bye.
Okay.
Mine would be makeup because I don't wear it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My answer, I can let go of makeup, but I want to keep my eyelashes though. But I let go of makeup.
That don't work then.
I know, but if I really did, I'm just smacking you. I'm sorry. If I really had to let one go, I can let go of junk food because I know healthy ways to cook it.
True.
All righty, James. Okay, makeup for real, James. Daddy talking about makeup too. Okay, y'all. William talking about makeup to the left. That wasn't fair for y'all. Carla says I can watch shows on my phone. Coffee must stay strong and black. Okay, James, easy for your boy. I don't do makeup. That's Brandon. Carla says TV. Ashley says TV. All righty. Y'all, that one was pretty easy. I mean, the meat kind of cheated because they didn't want to make up anyway. Yeah. All right. Now, this one's a little bit different. The next one is which one has the best? Who has the best fries?
Oh, my God.
McDonald's, Arby's, Taco Bell, Checkers, Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, KFC, or Burger King?
You know,
who has the best fries?
You ain't
y'all
right.
put it down in the chat.
Oh my goodness.
This is so hard.
I know. Mm-hmm.
It's like all three in the middle are all good for me. Like all the Arby's, Chick-fil-A, and KFC. And let's just give me all of
Who got the best though?
God, dog it.
Mm-hmm. I wish Dairy Queen was on here.
Mine depends on what time of the day it is.
True.
Huh?
True.
Mine depends on what time of the day
is. Yeah.
But which one has the best? You got to get one answer.
Man, it's so hard.
Let's see, between 11 and 1, I would go with McDonald's.
One answer. Oh, you got to get one answer.
One.
Oh, that is so hard.
Okay, we're going to come back to you. Let's hit the comments real quick. And then we're going to come back to y'all answer. Dang. Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Popeyes. Brandon said, damn it, I knocked out.
He like all of them.
Carla says, man, I'm going to give it to KFC. I don't like their food, but those wedges with the hot sauce.
Yeah.
Ashley says, Riley's used to. Chick-fil-A don't give enough. McDonald's. And Checkers is simply the best, says James. All right, Queens, I'm going to put it back up there again. We need your answer. Who got the best fries?
Chick-fil-A.
Who said that?
Me, Sierra.
Sierra, okay. All right, Nicole.
It's hard because I don't be playing about my fries.
Okay, so which one go in?
I think I'm going to go with McDonald's because I go there so much.
Okay.
That's
The winner for me. The winner for me is Mickey D's. When they're hot and you tell them no salt, you still gonna get salt. It just won't be heavy and they'll be fresh and hot. I wish Dairy Queen was on this list. Okay, this is gonna hurt somebody's feeling.
Oh no!
One of these has to go. Fresh Prince,
man.
Martin, Family Matters, or A Different World. One of these has to go. Bye-bye.
Loving.
Y'all put your answers in the chat, Queens. We're gonna come to y'all in a minute. We got answers coming in. Let's give them about 30 more seconds. Who has to go? Fresh Prince, Martin, Family Matters.
Wait a minute. He said, I'm logging off.
Okay, let's look at the comments. Ladies, y'all get your answers together. Family Matters says Christina. Martin. Oh, Martin gotta go. Oh. Fresh Prince says Sierra. I'm skipping this one. Carla, don't be doing that.
Don't do that.
Not log off. Carla said bye, y'all. Brandon said that's what I'm saying. Depends on who the fryer that day is. Damn it. If fried correctly to the crispy Popeye season can have my soul. Not your soul, baby.
Not your soul.
Where is Whataburger with the spicy ketchup, though? I don't know.
I know, right?
All righty. Okay. While the comments are still coming in, Fresh Prince, Family Matters, Peace Out, A Different World.
Brandon, you better bring it back.
Okay.
Okay,
Nicole, who got to go
I
by?
would say, and everybody gonna come for my throat, but I would say Martin only because
oh my God,
he runs it to death.
He what?
Martin?
Only because BET runs Martin to death.
Well,
that's the only reason why I would say that. But yeah.
Yeah, I watched on my service. I got Martin 24/7.
Yeah.
It literally goes from season 1 all the way through and starts all the way over.
All over again.
So Martin got to go for Nicole. What about me?
I said Fresh Prince. The Fresh Prince.
Okay, I gotta agree with you, and I love all of these, but I would be okay. Fresh Prince went away. William says blasphemy. Brandon said, I thought we were cool. Nicole, what is this? William says sacrilegious. Carla says no, Nicole. Ashley says yes, Nicole. Ashley says Carla has his characters annoyed me. Alrighty, Sierra.
What?
Come on, Carla. Come on, choose, Carla.
Oh, man, you can do it.
Don't back out. Just
pick one.
Brandon said, what did you say again, Sierra?
Fresh Prince. He can go.
That part too. He can go.
He
All right, y'all.
Characters.
We almost done with this one. Y'all, we're almost at the end of our last episode. All right, y'all ready? And I'm strong enough to take it if somebody finna cuss me out. It's all good. I don't care. One of these people and all the work that they've ever done has to go. Who it's gonna be? Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, Samuel L. Jackson, Eddie Murphy, Will Smith, or Lawrence Fishburne. One of these people and everything they've ever done has to go bye-bye.
This is really hard.
You can't choose. You can't pick and choose.
Oh, this is so hard.
I know. I love you though.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want to play the game no more.
Don't do that. So, fam, what are your thoughts down
there? See y'all next season.
What you say, Sarah?
Brandon say see y'all next season.
Don't be logging off. Wait a minute. Wait till y'all see the next one. The next one is the last one. But let's get this one done first. Let's get this one done. Nicole, who has to go?
Lawrence, just because he played Ike.
Okay. Sierra, who has to go?
Eddie Murphy.
Oh, okay. Y'all ain't gonna lie. I did this and I'm still torn, but Morgan, I love you, but Morgan Freeman. and I love so many of his movies. However, I mean, it might be, but however, Morgan can go. Let's look at these answers. Will, only because he's not funny to me. That was James. Daddy say it's hard though. Daddy, you got to choose. Your mama says Lawrence. Carla says Lawrence only because my fave was an old version of him. William says this is easy. Ooh, Eddie Murphy. Christina says Lawrence. Ashley says Sam. Daddy says Samuel. Brandon, someone I see y'all next season. Okay. Any more thoughts on that one, ladies?
No.
Willie, not Will. That's what Brandon said. Beverly Hills Cop, my number one favorite comedy. Okay. All right, y'all. Now listen. One of these has to go. I love y'all, but I had to.
Oh my God.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
You have lost it.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
You have lost it. You are just not right. Why would you gonna put anybody else?
You're gonna make me choke on this gum.
Oh, spit
Prince or
it
Michael
out because this is not right. Oh, Prince can go bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm going with Prince. Prince can go.
How you gonna just do that?
You don't have to be beautiful.
She loves Prince. Why would you do that?
Okay, Carla said nope. Ashley says Prince. Christina says Michael Jackson. Daddy says you wrong for that. Carla says I love Prince and MJ. I mean, I have old records to prove it. They don't give me an answer though. Carla, what's the answer? William says bye Prince. Christina says I love Prince. Your mama says Prince. And James says it's easy. Prince can go.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, this one is so hard, but Prince, I love you. I love you, but I got to keep my baby Michael.
Yep.
If my family was on here, they would tell you why. Oh, my God. You couldn't tell me Michael was not my man. I had his folder. I had his glove. I had his jacket. I mean, it wasn't real, but still.
Yeah.
I had the curl. Well, I had the curl because my mama, but still, you couldn't tell me. You couldn't tell me. Carla says I'll go with MJ because he actually had me in expectation every time a new song came out. It was an event. So you're going to get rid of him? Oh, Daddy said, Mama said Prince. She was on us about singing Prince the other day. All righty. So that was our last one. Did y'all enjoy that game?
That was good.
Did it make you sweat?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
It was riveting. It was riveting listening to y'all answers. Ladies, we have come to the end of our show. We have come to the end of season 2. And even though we are at the end, I'm still going to say, if you guys have not done so, to like, follow, and share. You want to do that if you have not, because this summer you can catch some clips and some snippets of what we've done in this season. We will be back in September. We hope and pray that you all will follow us into season 3, that you got whatever it was you needed in season 2. We pray that you did and that y'all are ready, absolutely ready for what is to come, because we have some amazing things in store for y'all next season. So ladies, instead of doing our affirmation of the week, what is going to be the affirmation or the word? I'm going to say the word. Thank you, Holy Spirit. What is going to be the word that is your word for this summer break, this hiatus? What's going to be that thing that helps to govern you this summer? They still talking about. They still talking
off. They still going off in the comments. Yeah.
They are still talking about Prince and Michael.
For me, it's gonna be. Can I say 2 things?
Say what you want, baby. This is the last episode.
Okay, so mine is keep evolving. And that's what from the beginning of this year. Mm-hmm. But this summer, I want it to be meaningful. I think I said this 2 episodes ago, because I find myself doing things that pleases others more than it pleases myself. And so I want it to be meaningful for myself and choose what I like, who I want to spend time with, and be intentional about that. And then making a plan for the fall in regards to my health, my wellness, wealth as well, and career changes. So meaningful kind of sums up everything I want to be to myself going into the summer.
I love that. I love that. Okay, Nicole.
Mine would be, uh, despite the battle, and I haven't even shared it with you all, that I have some personal stuff really taking place now, and being able to truly hear from God and taking Him at His word. Just to give a little gist of what's been going on, family distancing and stuff, and it was some actions that I had to take, and understand that God's plan is not my plan. And
Mm,
I had been I'm being in a dark place emotionally, and I went to church, and I don't I haven't felt this free in months.
mm,
And just a little testimony of it. Now I'm gonna be quick. I was making up every kind of excuse why I didn't want to go to church this particular Sunday. And I went to one of my friends' church. His name is Bishop Timothy Newton, the
mm-hmm,
Flow Place church. And he had been dealing with the spirit of death and didn't know what it was about.
mm-hmm,
He really, not even knowing what I was going through, he spoke on it. And when I say God gave this dude a word, he gave him a word. And it was meant just for me. When I tell y'all, the whole time I was in church, the spirit was on me so hard. It was just a release. And he was telling people to do a provisional praise because it was going to save somebody's life, not knowing it was my life that
mm,
was being saved. So with that being said, truly hearing from God and understanding that it's Him. I have really gotten to the point where I step back and say, okay, God, this is your word. And it's even to the point where He tests me to see if I'm really paying attention, because it was a guy walking down the road. And we was just talking about being involved and not really trusting people. And I'm a female. I see this guy walking down the road. I see his car break down, and God said, "Stop and ask the guy, do he need some help?" Me being me, in flesh, I drove a little bit, and it just rolled on me that I need to turn around and go ask that guy if he needed help. And God really was like, I'm putting you to the test to see if you trust me. When I turned around, because He knew I was scared to do it, but I turned around and did it anyway. He allowed me to see this guy get back in his car and go about his business. So that's my thing, is really hearing from God and taking Him at His word and not question it. So with that being said, like any avenue that goes on in my life, I really have to trust God. Even if I don't see it, I don't, even if his outcome is not my outcome,
yeah.
I truly understand that He has my best interest at heart. So that
Mm,
for this summer is this trusting God in whatever avenue He takes in my life. I had being on this podcast, which Nikki, I appreciate you asking me to be on it. It has opened up a lot of doors for me, and I was kind of scared and kind of hesitant to do. And God was saying, your voice is here for a reason. I'm letting it speak loud. I'm letting you be up front when you always take a seat back. So this summer, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna embrace what God is allowing to happen in my life. So that's me.
amen.
Yeah.
So Carla said, "Let God use you, Queen. Yes, I'm almost in tears listening to you. I stand with you."
Oh, thank you, Carla.
Daddy says, "Great show, Queens. Enjoy your break and be blessed as you have blessed others." Carla says her word for the summer is stability, or her words are stability and impact. Ashley is going to be guiding her peace. James says, much deserved rest and vacation, Queens. Please take a nice cruise. I wish I was taking a cruise, but I will be enjoying my vacations coming up. My God, yes, yes. So at the beginning, well, the end of last year, we talked about what our word would be for this year. and we've talked about it repeatedly what our personal words were. Mine was becoming. So for me this summer, my two words are unbecoming and becoming. I have been finding a lot of joy after a lot of pain, unbecoming some things, unlearning some things, and not doing things the way that I'm used to doing them, and needing to stop doing them the way that I was. It also is part of embracing becoming a newer me in a different chapter, right? Um, and becoming, allowing myself to become what I need to, and that meant losing people along the way and having people upset with me, angry with me. But if I'm going to fully be all of who I am, I have to become it without fear of people being angry or walking away from me, because I am doing my life a disservice, and I'm not operating in the authenticity of who He created me to be. So my prayer for all of us is that we all become. And becoming sometimes is scary, especially when you've been this way and it pleased everybody. But God is saying, I'm calling you higher, but you got to please me. And so this summer, my two words will be unbecoming and becoming. Your mom says to become more cognizant of when God speaks to me and responding quickly, obediently, love you. And we got a 100 from Carla, and a Nikki and Jesus from Ashley. Ladies, what are your for real final last thoughts as we end this season?
It's been a joy. It has.
My last thoughts of this season. You got it, Nicole.
Oh, it's been fun. I mean, I know I haven't been on every show, but I've been watching, and I take notes. um, I've met a lot of family on here. Thank y'all for praying for me in the absence and encouraging me along the way. Nikki and Sierra, I love you all. Can't wait to see what season 3 is going to be about. Um, yeah, I'll be praying while y'all enjoy your vacation, and pray for me.
Amen. 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 Well, I want to thank my co-host for enduring. I want to say enduring. I guess I'm gonna say it word. It came out my mouth first. Enduring this season with me. It's been a pleasure working with you, got both of you, and I thank you, QT family, for always being honest and being hot and open with us and vulnerable. Y'all don't have to, but I'm so thankful that you are. Your responses, your comments has helped me grow as a woman. Um, Increase my faith, increase me, increase the knowing of me and accepting who I am and loving all bits of it. I thank you so much for your comments. Please continue to share the page when we're on vacation. Please keep us in your prayers as we grow into season 3. Season 3 will be different from these past 2 seasons. So I hope you guys continue to stick with us and bring more family and friends to be a part of the QT family. And I love my family and my friends who come on every week to support me. I really appreciate that. I have a lot of friends, but not a lot of friends. Does that make sense? And so I really appreciate each one of you for coming on, my family and my friends who have supported me through this venture. And I love y'all so much.
Carla says, you three did your thing tonight. Congratulations to you. I pray that God continues to open doors for each of you. Your voices are needed, and we love you back. My final words of this season. This season has been powerful. I saw God move. I saw God move in ways that I'm glad He didn't show me when He put the podcast on my heart, because it may have scared me. I don't know if it would have, but He know what to show us and what not to. What I can say is I'm so grateful that we yielded, and I'm so grateful that we were open to let God be God. And I know we're going over than our normal time, but it's the last episode. Y'all give us a second. We love you. If you need to go, we understand. The growth that has happened, the shaving off. I can speak for me. I can't speak for both of y'all, but the shaving off of parts of me and my flesh that he did while we were in the middle of these shows, right? Teaching grace and putting grace into action and letting God like pour into us in the audience, even while we were laughing and talking about our opinions on stuff and causing us to all think differently. Y'all, I don't take that lightly. This is a podcast. This podcast could have been about twerking. It could have been about anything, but God chose it to be what it is. And I'm just so grateful for it. He's blessed us to keep paying to be able to be on. Because like I told y'all, we pay to be on. We're not getting paid yet, but we're looking for sponsors for season 3. You got a product, holla at, so we can anyway. But I have to say to all of you, to you, if for some reason he decides to call me home and I don't make it to season 3, I have been so fulfilled doing this podcast with you guys. I have been so fulfilled with the family that is the QT fam, with what they say, how they are, and the way that they support. The people that you think will support you the hardest sometimes don't. It be the people that you never expect. And I have new aunties and new siblings and new friends from this. And I owe that to you all. So if for some reason I don't make it to the next season with y'all, y'all do this thing and y'all do it right. But to God be all the glory. We're so excited about what's going to happen next season. And thank you guys for just embracing the podcast and for loving us. So that is all. That is it. I'm sorry. Your brother says this show is always amazing. Thank you for all the love and support, you queens and out of this world. I'm going to be lost on Tuesday evenings for a good minute. Ashley says, I can't wait till the new season. God has definitely used you ladies. Love from James. And I'm not sure what Carla was putting because it's blank. Okay. Y'all, we're done. As always is our custom. Tell them what they can do with their crown until September.
Till September, you better fix that crown. Pick it up off the floor if it's hanging, if it's dragging. Pick it up, put it on right. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. Walk your walk. Let God make you to who you're supposed to be. Fight for your desires. Dream big. Love hard. And by all means, you are a wonderful person. And we love you so, so much. Y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all in season 3.
Bye. I'm going to miss y'all this summer. Bye, everybody.